What's up, guys? For those who are not in my Discord, you probably don't yet have a plan as to what to do leading up to altcoin season and this cycle. Maybe you're sitting on $1 million profit, more, high six figures, high five figures. It's important to plan out what to do when you get to these stages. See, right now, we're seeing rallies. We still have yet to see the altcoin season take place, let alone the bull market, resume. We talk about a lot of profit-taking strategies as well as my course on Discord. So if you're interested, you can see it. Of course, I have a WAP link for 50% off in the description, and it'll be in the pinned comment down below. But for those who are not in my Discord, this is going to be for you because it's important to be in this position to understand what's going on, right? You don't want to be that guy or girl who finds himself into a lot of money and has no idea what to do. It's like, think about it as if you want to get in shape. You go to the gym and you go there, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what exercise you're going to do, let alone how much weight, how much reps. You see how you can get overwhelmed? Like, imagine showing up to a gym and you tell the trainer, like, hey, I just want to get in shape. But you have no idea what you want to do, how often you want to go. Do you want to do calisthenics, weights, cardio? How much weight? Do you want to do a certain sport? How often, should you eat? Like, you got to plan this out, right? Because if you don't have these details planned out, investing, right? Let's just say you're putting money in, you're hoping you wake up one day and you see a lot of money in your bank account, in your app rather, or your cold wallet, you're going to be like, wow, this is great. But now what, right? So I covered this in my profit taking course. I say, you have to have the plan of what to do when you get there. If you don't plan as if you're going to make it, for one, you might not get there because you don't have that mentality of like, I'm going to make it. So you might not even realize your goal. But two, you'll have less stress because you don't want to be stressing out and fumbling the bag when you get there, right? You want to make sure that bag, makes you more money down the road. So for me, what I'm going to do, what I, would advise, and this is not financial advice, actually. I don't want to even say advice. But what I encourage you guys to do is figure out, write it down on paper, talk to your accountant, talk to your financial advisor, ways to diversify your earnings. For me, a couple of questions I may ask myself: how much money do I want to reinvest back into crypto? Do I want to put some back into Bitcoin? Do I want to put some into real estate, gold, stocks, ETFs? So for me, I'll just tell you guys what I'm looking at real briefly. I'm going to put some money into a high yield savings account or a money market account, some into gold, some back into Bitcoin, a lot of it back into Bitcoin, some into altcoins for next bear markets, and some into a stocks ETF, which for me is going to be VOO, the S&P 500, which is a very safe asset. I'm probably not going to do real estate. If I do real estate, it's not going to be as an investment property. It's going to be for me to want to buy something for myself or my parents. But again, regardless of what happens, whether you make, $1 million or more or 5 figures, 6 figures, you should have some of this stuff at least, maybe not figured out, but at least have an understanding of what you would do. Because I guarantee it, besides the large statistic amount of people who are not going to make that much money, the very small percent who do, even half of them probably aren't going to have a plan in place as to what to do, right? That's why you see a lot of people who win the lottery or find themselves to a large amount of money, in some circumstances in life. They oftentimes go broke after a few years because they don't know how to manage it. They don't have that maturity, that understanding of my life has changed. Let me now act differently to make sure I can multiply this or at least maintain it. So this is some of the stuff you have to do as an investor. You can't just hope for the best. See, a lot of people do that in life. They just throw a dart at the wall, whether it's going to the gym or relationship or business or a job. They just throw a dart and hope for the best. Oh, I'll just show up. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it works out to my benefit, right? And you know what I'm talking about. See, you know it. You know I'm right. There's some situations where you don't want to go in blind. This is one of those situations, right? So you want to make sure you prepare. Because, right now we're in this, inflated market. We got interest rates that still have to be cut. We have a lot of black swan events, the elections that can, take place. A lot of things that could still bring us back down right into fear again. But at some point, this market will turn around like it's kind of showing right now. See, what you're seeing right now is not the bull market coming back. You're seeing a rally because of what is expected to come. So a lot of you, especially if it's your first cycle, you don't know what altcoin season's like. Now, last cycle, I wasn't here to take profits. I was pretty much just buying Ethereum, and I bought some Dogecoin. I was just whatever. I was running the market. I wasn't in a big position to make a lot of money, so I was kind of just studying and seeing what was out there. And what I saw, aside from crazy price action, was a lot of emotional stress. People were freaking out, not knowing where to look to, not knowing what to do. Some didn't know when to sell. They didn't know to recharge and see Bitcoin dominance, how to avoid or at least use manipulation to their advantage. So you have a lot going up against you already to recognize when to take profits, when to stop being greedy, when to actually, diversify, when to offset risk, when to, just wait and see what happens. A lot is stacked against you as an investor already. So the last thing you want to do now is add more firewood to this burning fire of stress and wake up and realize, holy crap, I got to do something with this money. What do I do? So again, this is not financial advice. I want to be clear on that. I'm just telling you guys, you want to start talking to whoever you go to if you're, for your financial advice, because you want to have a plan in place. Failure to plan is preparing to fail. I said it before, I'll say it again, right? So this is the conversation you got to have. And you don't have to have it right now. You can have it next year, obviously, if that's when you believe as well the altcoin season will be. But for me, I look at it like the earlier, the better. You want to have a plan in place. Every time I'm thinking of stuff like this, I write it down on paper because at some point I will revisit what I was thinking about or planning, and I will revisit the solution and be like, okay, do I still want to do this? So this is the mentality of how you got to treat this, right? It can be very broad. Maybe some of you are going to be like, you know what? I'm going to pull profits and put it all into real estate, or I'll put it all into Bitcoin and go to sleep and that's it, another day. Maybe that's a cool plan for you. For me, I want to be a little more diversified. I want to have some into an ETF. I want to have some into Bitcoin, some redistributed back into altcoins next cycle. Money market accounts to get some yield there. For me, I'm going to be very broad. I'm not going to just do like very, gambler drastic decision, like all into altcoins or all into Bitcoin. Although Bitcoin's very safe. Like I might put a pretty decent chunk into Bitcoin, to be honest. I love Bitcoin. I'm using it right now as my 401k. I'm not taking profits out of it. I'm just putting money in there every single month, like 10%, a little bit more sometimes. And that is it. To set, forget for me, and I'm going to hold it for many years to come. But again, this is going to be something you have to sit down with yourself and figure out what you want. The earlier, the better. You have a lot to do. But I'm very curious. I just want to make a quick video. I don't want to make this a long video. But what is your plan for taking profits? Drop your comments down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.